Hey, how you guys doing today? Good? That's good. Today I just wanted to make this video about this skin that we should have seen in Rainbow Six Siege, but since there was a lot of departures in terms of a lot of pro league teams like TSM, Astralis, many more. Basically, this artist named Kubi on Twitter, made by Kubi. He's Bikini Body. Basically, made by Kubi. He's Bikini Body's main thumbnail designer, and I think Spoit and Coconut Bra from the time being at the moment. Really great guy, really good designer. I've had him do some thumbnails here and there when he's available. He's a very busy guy. But he actually designed this great skin that was supposed to be for Astralis. Now, this is a very bad image because it's a leak, and it just looks fantastic overall. But if you guys wanted to see the actual assets, this is the gun skin. As you can see, there's so much detail just in the entire skin. What I noticed for me, and I know this is just personal opinion, I don't want to disrespect any other artists or anything when it comes to that, but for me, when it comes to my own opinion and gun skins, I notice a lot of the times there's a lot of detail. As you can tell, there's detail on the back of the gun, but when you get in game, you're never really able to see that detail, if that makes sense. But I feel like with this gun skin, you're able to see there's so many layers to it. You have the flowers coming out, you have just every little detail of the gun is just so good. Like, I'm not trying to ride any meat or bounce on Kubi or anything, but I know, because I've worked with him, the amount of detail he just brings and the amount of effort he has when it comes to his art. And I'm not trying to discredit any other artist because I physically haven't worked with them, but his art style I just really like. This was the headgear. This was going to be the cards, with, you know, this is an example, as you can see, with Ash, and this was going to be like the gear. Now this goes hard. I don't care what anybody says. Kubi deserves a job with Ubi or with you know, org that's going to have their skin in game, but I'd really like to see this to be a prime game, you know, prime sub, or just a skin in game overall. So basically, Kubi is going to make a petition, basically. So if you guys want to, it'll be down in the description if you do want to check out, you know, that, and, you know, sign up to get the skin in game. That'd be really cool. That's basically the primary reason that I'm making this video. On the same topic of that, like, I don't understand why Ubisoft themselves don't really get more creative when it comes to like these pro league skins, because Ubisoft has really upped their game in terms of siege content and the quality of content, which I really like. But I understand that these pro league sets, for example, are supposed to be tactical and be used in pro league, and be legal is what it's going to be called, because as you know, you're not allowed to use a lot of the skins, elite skins, etc., in pro league, because, you know, you don't want any competitive advantage. But I was talking to I think Kudos, and this is actually going to be in an upcoming video where basically I interview like every single content creator. I 1v1 them and just in the background, and just we have a conversation. But he made a very fair point. Siege is one of those games that we need to balance the skins. Like, it's totally okay to have these crazy cool outlandish skins, like for example, we have furry sets, we have Mozzie pizza headgear, which is fantastic. But Siege is a tactical realistic game, supposedly, and we just don't have realistic skins that go hard. So I was gonna say, when it comes to all these art designers that do amazing concepts and skin designs, why don't we hire them for these pro league sets? Because for me, I feel like a lot of these skins are very underwhelming, and they're just boring. And it would be really cool if you had a legal skin that you can use and in pro league or in comp or in any leagues, because a lot of players do use these skins, and I just feel like a lot of these skins are very underwhelming, which I assume there's a lot of criterias when it comes to these skins. But when we're talking about just pro league sets in general, like how do we go from glacier and like great skins to like this? This is cool, but like when it's on every single gun, I feel like it loses its value. I miss when the pro league sets were almost unique. And once again, I'm not trying to crap on the creativity behind these pro league sets or any of the artists, because, you know, they probably have a certain window of like creativity that they have to work around, which is totally fine. It's just, I would like to see either these just almost improve, or, you know, us getting like, you know, hiring this set artist Kubi, for example, and just reworking these style of skins as well, because honestly, he does really good work. He's a really hardworking individual, and once again, I'm not trying to bounce on any Now for me, like I feel like the artists do a really good job with these like team skins, because you know they hire people in the community and do these skins, and like they're really detailed and really good. So I this also goes on to the point where I think Ubisoft should also add it like some type of inspect, because I don't know if you can tell, but here I'm gonna show you guys. Let me get into a training grounds example out of this Dark Zero skin that came out, I don't know, I think 2 years ago. I don't know if you can tell, but even with my said charm, like my Garfieldisdoc charm, which you can sub on my Twitch, get shameless plug, whatever, there's so much detail that goes into like these skins. But as you can tell, I can't see the entirety of the skin. I can't fully enjoy it. And I'm not trying to, you know, sit here and complain or whatever, because the skins are really amazing. But like, I just want to be able to enjoy them. And especially when it comes to the creative side of thumbnails and when all of that, like, I feel like I wish I can just hold the gun in game, and especially like gloves and whatnot when it comes to operators. A lot of them are really amazing. Like I would just love to see some of these like glove skins as well, because I feel like once we start adding more customizable capability when it comes to our skins, we can get so creative, and we can hire more people in the community to do these style of skins. But like, not being able to inspect is really annoying, especially when it comes to like these Pro League skins, because once again, the Pro League skins are so fire and they go so hard. But once again, we're so limited from the design that, you know, a lot of it gets cut off. Like even the end of the FAMAS barrel here, or let me say the F2. I said FAMAS like I'm playing Black Ops 1. No, something I gotta say though, like after being at SI and the Invitational and experiencing just the culture of Siege, it made me really want to come back to content creation and just to have a different outlook on how I do things. That's why I like this style of video. It's nothing, I'm not gonna say important, but it's nothing where there's a lot of effort involved, because like I'm not editing for like hours, and I'm not getting certain types of footage, but I want to just help forward the culture of Siege. And I feel like artists and designers, like for example Kubi, which does amazing jobs, and Ubisoft does they do collab with a lot of these artists. I got to give that to them. They do a really good job with that when it comes to like Prime Gaming and all that, and that's really amazing. It's just I want to keep forwarding the culture of Siege in a more positive light, because I feel like as a Siege content creator and just experiencing the community so much, people have this misconception that the community is super toxic. And don't get me wrong, any gaming community is going to be insanely toxic, and that's just the culture of gaming as a whole nowadays. And it kind of sucks, but that's just really how gaming has molded into, sadly. But once again, like I just want to keep forwarding the culture of Siege and shine a more positive light on it. That's why I'm trying so heavy now to just collab with as many content creators as possible in videos, and try a different style of content, because I feel like a lot of creators, like for example the 1v1ing series where I 1v1 every content creator, I've made that more into like a interview style video, if that makes sense. Where the 1v1 in my opinion doesn't really matter, it's there in the background, of course, like still trying to win, blah 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 blah, but like you get a more personal connection with, I just got dunked on by a Thatcher. You just get a more personal connection with, you know, your favorite content creators. Like a lot of people, when I did the first part 1, Jinxie was in it. A lot of people didn't know Jinxie was a whole different person off stream. Like he has a very chill, very cool side. I'm not saying he's not like that on stream, but he is a little bit more outgoing on stream. But when you're sitting down one-on-one with somebody like that, it's completely different, and you really get to know the person instead of just thinking that they're this, you know, I don't want to say celebrity. It's just I feel like when people talk about content creators and people that they watch online, they almost just have this false perception of who the person is, and like they're not human, if that makes sense. And that you can just say whatever, do whatever, and it like nothing really affects them, because you know they're just somebody online. But yeah, so the culture of Siege, I just want to keep pushing forward, because Ubisoft does want to push this game for another 10 years. So as a whole, I just want to put my most effort into, you know, bringing the most positive content I can and just enjoy the game. Because for a while there, I really wasn't enjoying Siege as a whole, and it was mainly because the cheaters, and you know, I thought the community was a little bit toxic. But that goes back to the fact that once I was at SI and I met so many different people, that I really felt the welcomeness, you know, like having people come up to me and talking to them, and you know, and talking to the devs, like being able to talk to the devs and them knowing who I was. It was very interesting overall, because like they actually asked my opinions about stuff, and I thought that was really cool and valid. um like a lot of people have this idea when you're on Twitter and when you're on other social platforms that Siege is always going to be toxic, and it's going to be like it's a bad game more or less, and like there's cheaters running rampant. Like sure, you have the negatives of having cheaters here and there. It is getting better, I gotta say, but every FPS has that problem. If you enjoy Siege as a whole, then you can look past that, I would say, as long as you're playing with the right set of people and you're in the right community, because there's so many subgenres of community. For example, you have the cosplayers, you have the pro, the comp scene, you have just like you have so many subgenres overall. So like you just got to be in the right niche, I would say. But yeah, anyways, guys, I don't mean to ramble like this. I like these style of one-on-one talks, if that makes sense, while I'm just, you know, sitting here screwing around in casual or like doing whatever. If you guys do enjoy this style of video in the future, make sure that you guys like, sub, and comment. And when it comes to collabs or anything like that you would like to see, let me know down in the comments, especially the 1v1 series. I'm not only doing like huge names, if that makes sense. Like you're gonna see a lot of people that you either are brand new to you in terms of content, or people that you haven't seen in a while, like old content creators. I'm trying my best to get whoever and as many people as possible. So yeah, like let me know down in the comments who you guys would like to see. And yeah, make sure that you guys sign the petition. And besides that, you guys have a wonderful day.